Okay, so welcome to part 8, and this is where we're going to be discussing premium and discount. This is my favorite, okay? So before we get into the financial markets and how premium and discount works, I want to make this relatable to real life stuff, okay? Because if you can relate it to your real life, then you can relate it to the market. So every day we make decisions based on value, right? When we buy houses, cars, sneakers, handbags, even groceries, we evaluate whether it's worth the price being asked for. Have you ever purchased something and thought to yourself, is this worth it? Is this really worth it? Right? It's the same thing with the markets, right? So supply and demand actually affects the premium and the discount. So if a product is widely available and there are plenty of supply, meaning there's a lot of it, the price tends to decrease. Okay? That makes any sense. If we have a lot of something, the demand goes down because the supply is up. And so the price goes down. The value is not as high because supply has increased. Think of like very popular handbags, the ones that they don't make a lot of. They strategically limit supply to increase the demand. Okay? Think about that. So when supply becomes limited, demand increases. And when supply is of abundance, demand decreases. Okay? So this determines the price. The product has not changed, but the value has changed. So if you started a business tomorrow and you said, this is the price that I'm willing to sell my product, and people start to really like it and really want it, and the demand goes up and you can't keep up with the supply for everyone, you would be increasing your product value. Okay, so let's look at these nice pair of sneakers. I love sneakers and stuff. I'm sure a lot of us do. These sneakers are retailing for $100. Okay, so the company, they push them in the stores and they're $100. You can get these sneakers for $100. Great, right? Now, you go and you purchase maybe 2 pairs. You go and you purchase 2 pairs. They're $100. Cool. You go back to the store, right? Because your coworkers, they said, oh, I really love your sneakers. You go back to the store and they're like $250 now. So now you're like scratching your head and you're thinking like, is it wise for me to buy these sneakers that I got last week for $250? Like paying $150 more? I don't know. But now, the extra pair of sneakers that you have, you can sell it to your coworker at an increased value because the value has now changed. So this is where you make money from the money that you invested. Okay? You go back to the store again. The coworker buys the sneakers. You tell her, hey, it's $250. You can check. I'll give it to you for $200. She buys them. You go back to the store again. These sneakers are now in a premium kind of area. They're now going for like $450, $500. And this is where you start to think, should I buy these? Should I buy these sneakers? Like, I don't know. This is quite expensive. And you're talking to the store owner and he says, hey, listen, man, these sneakers are flying off the shelves like crazy. We don't even have like 1/3 of the inventory that we had before. These sneakers are like the real deal. I'm projecting them to go, I don't know, maybe like $800 a pair. You start to think, oh my God, I should really buy these. You call everybody on the phone and you say, hey, we need to go in and buy these sneakers because I bought them at $100. I'm about to sell my pair and make $400 from them. We need to buy more. It's more expensive than where we first got them, but we need to buy more for sure. So you all go and you buy the sneakers based on the projections. And after you guys buy the sneakers, they take a little hit, right? The sneakers kind of go down to like $370. Everybody is panicking, right? Because now the sneakers are back in a discounted territory. Everybody is panicking. You're thinking, oh my God, these sneakers could go back down to $100. We have to sell. So you guys start to sell your sneakers. Okay? You guys sell it. Price increases back to $500. Back in premium. They go to $550, maybe $600 now. You guys are all panicking. You guys go to buy the sneakers again. They go back down to 500. You guys sell it. Do you notice the pattern that's happening here? Price keeps going from a premium to a discount, and the value of this product is changing. But those who are strategic are understanding when and where to buy. So while you guys are buying at certain levels, you have other people who are analyzing the value of these sneakers. And when price took a dip back down, they bought a lot of them. When price got back to premium, they sold them. When price went back down to a discount, they bought some more. And before you know it, price got to the value of over $1,000. And those who were understanding to buy at discount made the most money. Those who were panic selling and buying ultimately lost money. And this is how the economy is run, no matter where you are, right? Fruits, food, vegetables. A grocery receipt from 5 years ago to now is like so much cheaper, okay? Because the value has changed, because demand has changed, okay? So I hope that I did not confuse anybody. And let's go into into the charts, how this affects the financial market. So essentially it's the same thing that happens in the financial market. Price is constantly moving as buyers and sellers determine what they are willing to pay for an asset. As traders, our goal is not only to determine direction, but also to determine whether we are getting a favorable price. One thing that you have as a trader is a choice. You can buy at very expensive areas and risk the chance of price going lower to discounted areas, or you can buy at discounted areas and sell at expensive areas. And this is where premium and discount comes into play. A discount represents a lower, more favorable price within a range. A premium represents a higher or more expensive price within a range. Understanding the difference helps traders avoid chasing price and instead focus on doing business at better prices. Remember, trading is a business. This is a business, very transactional. Okay, so it is your choice and it is your job to always make sure you're selling at premium prices and you're buying at discounted prices. Okay, and remember, premium and discount does not determine the direction. You have to understand the direction first. Then you have to find your trading range. And then that helps you determine within that range, right, the high and the low, where your premium and discount is to better determine where you should be buying and selling. So let's look at the charts. Remember, we've removed the sneaker and now we're looking at price action. So now, the same for you. Price is at $100. You enter the market and your direction tells you that price is bullish, meaning it's going to go higher. Where you buy is very important. So let's just say that you enter here at $100 and you buy. Price gets to $500. If you decide to sell your position, you make money. Okay? But the moment that you open up the charts and you're not understanding your range, direction, or premium and discount, and you sell in premium territory, or you buy, in premium territory, you lose money. Okay? So if you buy something at 500, according to this chart, and it goes down to nearly 100, you lose money. So where you buy is very important. Understanding the direction is very important. This is where structure comes into play. This is where supply comes into play. So at premium, there is supply. Okay? In discount, there is demand. There's a demand to take price higher. There's a demand to take price lower in particular areas, right? So let's say you understand everything. You get into the chart and you see that price is in fact bullish. Price pulls back, respects the low, you decide to get in for a buy. This time you can take price higher than where it landed before. You take it to the previous high. You have now made money off of your position and you decide to sell it. You sell it, someone buys it, and they take price from discount up to premium. Okay? Now price is going further up. Price makes it to a new high. We retest, back into discount. At discount, this is where you take another buy position. Okay, so I don't know if you're understanding this. I hope that you are. But when you buy in premium, you lose money. When you buy in discount, you earn money. Your entries, everything that you do, everything, your entries, direction, everything is tied to your bias. You have to first be on the right side of the market. Then you establish a range. Then you find your areas of liquidity, the things that we went over. Then you find your swing high and your swing low. You mark your premium and your discount, and you do your best, if you're bullish, to always buy in a discounted price. Do what's best for the business of your trading account. Okay? So, let's tie this all in together. Premium and discount are not used to predict the direction. Like I told you, they are used to evaluate price. Before entering a trade, traders must first ask, is this a good price? Is this a good value? Should I participate? Should I do business here? Those are the questions that you have to ask yourself. Because successful trading isn't only about being right about the direction, it's about getting the best possible price. Okay? So guys, we are going to get back into the charts during part 9. I'm very excited. We are now going to tie all of these lessons together in the charts. We're going to find our fair value gaps, our premium and discount, our swing highs and swing lows, our demand, supplies, and also order blocks. We are going to tie it all in the chart. And then in part 10, I'm going to show you how to place your very first trade in the right direction, identifying liquidity, and all that good stuff, okay? So I will see you guys in part 9.